Hi there, Ashley Reeve here. Welcome to today's video. It's all about our weekly economic updates. I've highlighted one or two important notes for you to actually check out and look and wait for. But before we get started, please note I'm a registered representative working for Quick Trade, currently under supervision, allowing me to offer a couple of options. However, risk and reward and the execution of your trade remains your responsibility, as well as that Quick Trade is a licensed financial service provider, as well as a licensed over-the-counter derivatives provider. So as I mentioned, I'm back from last week. I'll be with you every week to give you updates. 1 or 2 seconds while I share my screen, I've noted two important things for you to look out for this week. The main event of the week will be the FOMC decision on Wednesday and the Bank of England on Thursday. I've also made a note that the Bank of England is expected to raise rates on Thursday, but could it be tempted to go supersize like many of its peers? We know the US also raised their interest rate by 50 basis points. And so will the UK, the Bank of England, do the same? We saw the ECB interest rate remain the same. You'll see I've highlighted a couple of normal releases that come out on a monthly and a weekly basis. You have your core retail sales, you have your crude oil inventories, they're coming out every week. And then there's the FOMC interest rate decision there. Will there be another hike in June or July? We'll have to wait and see on Wednesday. And then Thursday there's a forecast to hike the rate to 1.2% from 1%. So that's 0.25% to be raised. We generally see that when the interest rate, is raised, we see a stronger currency. Just a quick update on some of the popular U.S. futures. We saw the NASDAQ, the S&P, and the Dow Jones slip to the downside. Gold slipped. We saw silver as well as, oil and WTI as well. Will that weakness be sustained? We're not sure yet. We have to wait for these releases to come out to see if it provides any form of support. You also see that the dollar has been mighty and has been strong. It's been, since last week, after the ECB interest rate decision, we've seen some more strength coming there. Previous strength coming from the US job reports. Will that strength be sustained? We'll have to wait and see. You guys know the market fluctuates up and down. But one key thing to remember before I go, always know what your overall momentum is. Do your historical checks. Where was the previous support resistance? Where was the previous, resistance levels, so that you can obviously time your entries a little bit more accurately. I'll be back on Thursday for our weekly update on what has happened since then. This is Ashley Reeve checking out.